I'm Tom Phillips, the CEO of Dstillery. We've just changed our name last week from Media 6 Degrees. We're a 5-year-old company. We built the company by finding what we call a brand signal, and historically from web browsing data. And really we changed the name last week because we've augmented that very rich database of web browsing to find a brand signal and to run successful advertising campaigns by adding mobile device data and by adding location data. Big data is kind of a cliche at this point, but it's a meaningful concept nevertheless, and one that needs to be understood. It's not just a cliche, in other words. Big data is really massive data sets that can be manipulated and acted upon in real time. That's what it means to live in a big data world. So the reason this has become big is because the ability to harness all that data is a new thing. The technology wasn't there a few years ago. What it brought us is an ability to capture mobile data really in 3 forms. One is what's the device itself, what's its connection, what's the device, what's the carrier. 2, what kind of app usage is on that device that might be meaningful. And that's kind of parallel with what we look at in the browsing arena. People do things on their smartphones and tablets. They do things on their laptops and desktops. And what they do indicates where their brand preferences might be. Equally meaningful to that is discretely looking at location data based on devices that are geo-enabled and incorporating that location data into that decision framework. And so now we have not just web browsing and sort of device usage, but we also have location data. So we see the addition of every screen media and the ability it brought us to capture those databases as a tripling of our data, which is kind of a 10x multiplier on our ability to bring relevance to marketers. The cookie has been a great tool for us as a brand signal company. We've collected our brand signal in cookies and use that then to find audiences for marketers. It's not the only way to do it. There are other ways to do it. You can do it by device ID. There are other technologies that are being developed now. My personal feeling is the cookie is decidedly less important than it was 3 years ago because of consumer usage, mostly. And our approach is, however we can collect that brand signal, we will do so. We're already doing it now by collecting information on devices, and there will be technologies developed to supplant and extend the ability of cookies to enable advertising to consumers. I actually think it'll last for years to come, but it is definitely less important than it was a few years ago.